How dare you catch me cheating without my consent? Oh!
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
It was just supposed to be a fun night out, a concert, a break from the boardroom. But for Andy Byron, a few seconds on a Jumbotron at a Coldplay show would set in motion the most humiliating downfall of his career. What started with an awkward kiss cam moment quickly spiraled into a viral scandal, a public resignation, and now, a multimillion-dollar lawsuit. That's right, Andy Byron, the former CEO of Astronomer, is suing the band Coldplay for emotional distress. And he's not asking for a simple apology. He's coming for them with a $20 million claim. Let's rewind the chaos. At a Coldplay concert in Boston, a quick flash on the kiss cam showed two people, a man and a woman, standing close, swaying, laughing. Innocent enough. But when the camera stayed on them a second too long, they both panicked. He ducked out of frame. She froze. The crowd laughed. The clip was uploaded. Internet detectives did their thing. By sunrise, the world knew their names. Andy Byron, CEO. Kristen Cabot, Chief People Officer. Married, but not to each other. And just like that, the meme machine was activated. Within hours, the incident was everywhere. Commenters dubbed it #ColdplayCaught. Some laughed, some criticized, some hunted down their spouses online. The reaction was swift and brutal. Andy Byron lost his job within 72 hours. Resigned, they said. But we all knew what it meant. Kristen Cabot followed shortly after. Both were scrubbed from Astronomer's website like they never existed. The silence was deafening. But behind the scenes, something else was brewing. Something deeper, more calculated. Because while the world laughed, Andy Byron was watching his life fall apart. The lawsuit was filed just weeks later. In a 49-page complaint lodged in federal court, Byron accuses Coldplay and the concert's production team of gross negligence, emotional negligence, and invasion of privacy. He claims the decision to place him and Kristen on the kiss cam, followed by what he calls an unsolicited, humiliating remark by frontman Chris Martin, triggered a wave of public abuse, career ruin, and psychological trauma. The legal demand? $20 million. His filing states, Mr. Byron attended the concert in good faith, as a private citizen. He did not consent to being displayed on a high-definition video board in a stadium of 60,000 people, nor did he consent to being broadcast to millions via social media. Byron argues that the band's staff failed to ensure participant consent for the kiss cam segment. He claims the moment was engineered for comedic purposes and weaponized against him. He alleges that the broadcast and subsequent fallout led to irreparable damage to his marriage, family life, mental health, and earning potential. His legal team calls the kiss cam stunt reckless. They claim Coldplay failed to vet the audience, failed to protect personal privacy, and created a situation ripe for catastrophic fallout. The internet, it didn't take long to react. Most people were shocked. Not that Byron sued, but that he waited so long. TikTok exploded with videos breaking down the court filing. Twitter, or whatever it's called now, had thousands of posts within hours. One of the top trending jokes, "Bro cheated, got caught in 4K, and now wants $20 million for being embarrassed." But others were more divided. Some legal commentators say Byron might have a case, at least in terms of emotional damage. Consent is a major issue, one legal analyst wrote. If he was never informed he'd be on camera, and that footage contributed to widespread public humiliation and job loss, that could open the door to liability, especially if Coldplay profits from broadcasting those segments in future media. Still, not everyone buys the legal logic. He went to a public concert. One user posted, "There are cameras everywhere. That's how these shows work. If he didn't want to be seen, he shouldn't have wrapped his arms around someone else's wife." And that's where the court of public opinion splits. Is this a man seeking justice, or just trying to claw back control of a story he lost? According to people close to the situation, Byron was deeply shaken by the public backlash. After the viral clip hit, he reportedly stopped leaving his apartment, canceled all meetings, and refused to answer calls. His personal assistant was instructed to reject all media inquiries. Even his family was kept in the dark. He became reclusive, one former colleague says. He went from CEO to ghost overnight. He couldn't handle the shame. Kristen, meanwhile, stayed quiet. Very quiet. No comment. No apology. No public statement. Some speculate she may have cut all contact with Byron entirely. Others believe she's considering her own legal action, but against him. Because here's where the story really unravels. Behind the lawsuit, there are whispers that Byron's motivations aren't entirely pure. Sources suggest he might be trying to shift blame, not just for public sympathy, but for financial protection. At the time of his resignation, Byron was reportedly in talks for a $10 million severance payout. But after the scandal broke, Astronomer's board allegedly halted that package, citing conduct violations. Filing a lawsuit, some speculate, may be his way of recouping those lost millions, or at least creating legal leverage to negotiate a quiet settlement. And then there's the divorce. Megan Byron, Annie's now estranged wife, has remained stone silent. But insiders say she's preparing her own legal firestorm. The phrase, irreconcilable betrayal, was reportedly used in her lawyer's preliminary filing. It's not about the money, sources say, it's about the humiliation. She had no idea Andy was attending that concert with Kristen. To see it unfold on Instagram, in front of their kids, their friends, their entire world, was the final straw. Megan has been living with her sister in Maine. Her wedding ring, gone. Her social media, deactivated. As one friend put it, she didn't want revenge. She wanted peace, but now she wants the truth. Byron's lawsuit may bring that truth into the open, whether he likes it or not. Because if it proceeds to trial, Coldplay's legal team is reportedly prepared to subpoena internal texts, emails, even footage from the venue's internal cameras. That includes pre-show surveillance and private security recordings. There's also talk that Coldplay's lawyers will demand testimony from Kristen Cabot, Andy's former colleague and rumored affair partner. That means she may be forced under oath to answer questions about their relationship, when it began, how long it lasted, and whether she knew the cameras were on them that night. Legal fireworks are coming. As for Coldplay, the band has not commented directly, but a source close to their camp said they were blindsided. They've done this bit for years. It's never ended in a lawsuit. They're disappointed, but not surprised. Privately, some in the music industry believe this lawsuit could set a dangerous precedent. If artists can be sued for what happens on their Jumbotrons, one promoter said, nobody's safe. Do we need legal waivers to attend concerts now? Other artists have quietly pulled back on Kiss Cam segments entirely. Whether that's a legal precaution or a PR decision, it's clear the Andy Byron effect is being felt. Meanwhile, Astronomer is still rebuilding. Their new CEO has issued statements about moving forward and restoring internal trust. But employees say morale is shaky. We're trying to pretend nothing happened, one staffer said. But we all saw the video, and we all know who was involved. In a final twist, court insiders say Coldplay may countersue. They allege defamation and frivolous litigation. They claim the real damage came not from them, but from Byron's own actions. If the case goes to trial, it could drag into next year. Millions of dollars, dozens of witnesses, public testimony, and at the center of it, a former tech CEO fighting to rewrite the ending to a story that began with a song. Andy Byron wants $20 million for his pain. The question is, who pays for the truth? Let us know in the comments what you think. Is this a valid lawsuit, or a desperate move by a disgraced executive? Fans are divided. Some believe it's a planted smear campaign to discredit Andy's emotional distress claims. Others are calling it a confession in disguise, a sign that this lawsuit isn't about trauma at all. It's about revenge, optics, and redirecting public anger. And then, a late-night Instagram story from Kristen's private account was screenshot and leaked. A blurry selfie with a cryptic caption. Some people will sue to fix what they broke themselves. Good luck with that. No names. No details. But the timing? Impeccable. The drama now teeters on the edge of a full-blown public war. Coldplay is reportedly meeting with PR strategists. Andy is said to be preparing for deposition. Kristen, radio silence. But everyone knows, when silence is this loud, something big is coming. Will Andy's lawsuit explode into the courtroom spectacle of the year? Will Coldplay fight back publicly or settle behind closed doors? And what role will Kristen play if she's called to testify? One thing is clear, this isn't just a story about a lawsuit. It's about power, pride, exposure, and the unraveling of an empire built on image. You don't walk away from a kiss cam scandal. You don't just resign. You go down swinging, or you lawyer up and try to rewrite your own story. The question is, will Andy Byron win the sympathy of a jury? Or just go down as the CEO who sued a rock band because he couldn't face his own reflection? Stick around. This is far from over. Should Coldplay be held responsible for what happens on their big screens? Or is Andy Byron simply trying to cash in on his own downfall? Like, comment, and subscribe for more exposés and the scandals behind the headlines. Because sometimes the biggest drama doesn't come from the stage, it comes from the audience. And remember, when your secrets go viral, the truth is only a lawsuit away.